Hello and welcome. My name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and this is GauntletCon 2019. I am running a game called Zombie World. It comes from Magpie Games. I'm just going to show you the cool box. This is like the whole core game. Like, here are the rules. It is Walking Dead, the RPG, unlicensed and unofficial, and it doesn't have to lumber on for 10 seasons and make everyone angry. I will say, though, Season 10, Walking Dead, is freaking awesome. You should totally check it out. Seriously, it's made a recovery. I know you may have given up on it, but you should give it another shot. Kang is the best. She's running the show now, and it's amazing. All right, Zombie World. In this, we have already created our Enclave, and we have our characters kind of slightly created. They have some stats, they have a name, they have a present, and now we're going to introduce our players, their characters, and figure out a bit about them and jump straight into the fun. We are using Roll20. There is a campaign frame or a module you can buy for running Zombie World. We're using the Hospital. There are several different enclaves that are possible within Zombie World. We're going with one of the two defaults that come with the box when you buy it. The Hospital. We've named our hospital Saint Saviors because that's great, right? That's a good thing to have. Saviors. Everyone loves saviors. Stephen, good morning. You introduce yourself and then tell us a little bit about your survivor.
Hi, I'm Stephen. I use the pronouns he, him. My survivor is Beth Mitchell, and she uses she, her. And she's the lookout and can assess bad situations at a safe distance and gets a better card draw due to that and can clear stress under certain circumstances.
Okay, thank you so much, Stephen. Alan, please introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
My name's Alan. I go with he, him. I'm playing our scout, Joel McKay, also he, him. And as it says here, you keep quiet, slip from cover to cover, and check the way ahead. After all, no reason to risk the whole group when you can scope out and path and, in advance. Though you have to wonder, how do you get saddled with this shit job? Joel wonders. He really wonders.
You should wonder that. I don't understand how he got stuck with that. Haley, a Story Brewers, please introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Hello, I'm Haley. My pronouns are she, they, and I am playing Zara, the butcher. And she does what needs to be done. She's not too bothered by the details of what that involves.
Nice. It's a terse and terrifying bit of information about her. Thank you so much. Again, this is a hospital. The advantages that have been chosen are quarantine. They have the ability to put NPCs into quarantine, and generators, which means they do have a modicum of power, but occasionally it runs out of gas. So that's one of the things that you need to scrounge for. So now we are going to draw a thing called population, and we're also going to work out relationships. So I'm going to go back to sharing screens. And so let's start off with with population, because that's always fun. I'm going to deal 1 to everyone. So stop with the thing. All right, cool. 1 to Haley, 1 to Alan, and 1 to Stephen. Now there are certain presents that you can end up with where you get more population. Like there's a person who's kind of leading a cult, and they get extra allies. This population, if you could just draw it out and put it near your character, this is an ally that you have. This NPC is your buddy. We'll figure out why you two are buddies. But if you take a look here, you've got NPC allies. When you direct your allies to take action, you can draw 2 cards from the survivor deck. And then if it's within the skills that are listed for that person, you can draw an extra one. And if they have the equipment or useful materials to do it, then draw 1. So you can draw up to 4 cards, which is really great. Oh, I love it. Elena Voss, the musician, is Beth's buddy. Leo Clark, the drifter, is Joel's, but that totally makes sense. The scout and the drifter. If you take a look, his skills are scavenging, stealth, and survival. So that's pretty great. Opal Ramirez, the bounty hunter, hangs out with the butcher. It's just like the deck knew what you guys needed.
We have a lot of skill overlap.
That's okay. That means you can do more than one thing at the same time. So, Haley, Zara and Opal, how do you imagine their relationship works? Do you think that you guys knew each other from before and had worked together, or do you think that you've helped each other out since the zombie apocalypse began?
I think we've helped each other out since the apocalypse began. I think that we have traveled to several enclaves together, and we've been journeying with each other for a while.
Nice. So you guys are partners, as it were.
Yeah.
Good. Purely professional?
Who can really say?
All right. Nice. Zara is an enigma. I love it. So Beth, as the lookout, you have to keep a watchful eye over the place. What is it about Alana that the two of you have become friends and allies?
We both went to the same church before everything went down. Alana played in the church choir band kind of thing. And I didn't really know her that well before, but she's like one piece of the before times that I still have a hold of.
That's really cool. I like that a lot. Joel and Leo, you guys have been allies. Has this been a relationship that's been around for a long time or more recent?
Very recent. Joel stumbled on Leo on his way to the Enclave, and it is a purely practical, personal, professional relationship. Our skills match. I find it, he steals it. We survive, because that's what matters.
You're not wrong. Nice. All right. So now we get a little bit of relationships. So I'm going to deal 3 relationships to myself. Maybe that's not the best way to do it. I'm just going to draw one. I wish I could draw. Here we go. Shuffle you. Now I should be able to draw. There we go. All right. So this is the... is that right? Yeah, there we go. Here's a relationship between Joel and Beth. Let's make this a little bigger. The two of you care about a third member of the Enclave. Why do you feel the need to protect them? Because it's a one-shot. Remember that in our population, we have a military officer and a small group of police. And then, of course, you can care about other folks that are out on the board. But if you need to create someone new, that's okay, too. So Joel and Beth, the two of you care about a third member of the Enclave. Beth, who is that?
I think there's a young child here that's lost their parents. His name, everybody calls him Joey.
We have a Joel, so maybe we choose a different name.
Everybody calls him Nathan.
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Is that okay with you, Alan?
Awesome. And then, Joel, other than the obvious take care of the small child, are there any other reasons why you feel the need to protect Nathan? A personal connection?
Guilt. I didn't get my son out.
Oh, that hits me in the feels. That's good. That's good. Oh, man, I would. Okay, so let's talk real quick about our safety tools. We are playing a game that is R-rated because of violence, and death is on the table for your characters and people you care about in the game. That said, we do have an X card. The X card is our safety tool that is out there. All you have to do at any point, if you begin to become so uncomfortable that like this isn't fun, is just say, "Hey, Rich, I need to X card a thing," or you can type it into chat, and then we're going to stop play. I'll check in, make sure that I understand what's been X carded, although often people getting face eaten off might be the reason. There could always be other things. Like I've had a person X card over teeth, right? And I don't judge. I don't have your lived experience. It's a thing that's causing you discomfort, and that's not what I'm here to do. Other than the fun discomfort of like, no, my hand was caught in the fan blade. That's the fun discomfort. But like the stuff you need to X card, we totally X card it. We excise it from our play. We remove it entirely. It won't happen again, and it's gone. It's off the table. And also, we use lines and veils in case there's something that we would run into. I actually saw an interesting thing. I'm sorry, this is an aside. I saw an interesting thing on Twitter. A person was talking about lines and veils are uncomfortable for them because they have to kind of drudge up the things that would make them uncomfortable to talk about it. That said, I respect that, but if there's a line or veil you want to put out there, I'm not going to make you discuss it, but like if you want to just bring that up, then we'll put that out there. Otherwise, we'll play, and I'll play with the best of intentions, and we X card if we stumble into something that bothers you. Are there any lines or veils? I'm pretty sure you guys know the difference between lines of it. Line means we don't go anywhere near it whatsoever. A veil is a thing that it can happen, but we're not going to see it on screen. I'll pause a little bit. Okay.
I've put sexual violence in the chat, if that's okay.
That is okay. If that's a line for you?
Yeah, please.
Sounds great to me.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Alan. I was going to say, I normally say sexual violence and violence towards children. So in that case, let's make Nathan a teenager.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That is great to me. And then we'll do the violence towards children then. Brief aside, Walking Dead recently had an episode where they were fighting a small horde of zombies, and one of them was a woman, a zombie woman, and she had one of those little papoose things. It was empty, thank God, but that got to me. Like, that got to me. The little, like, baby papoose that was totally empty and looked like it had been ripped open. I'm like, oh, you devious fuckers. But yeah, that was a rough moment. And they actually made it a pivotal like character thing that stokes something super exciting and terrifying and awesome. Good. So we've got lines on sexual violence, violence towards children. Any other lines or veils?
What I traditionally say at this point is, because I'm old and British, we veil sex.
Fair enough. We will have a veil on consensual sex.
Just for reference, I insisted on that in a game of Good Society, Hilly. So these games can go funny places.
A veil on that? Oh man, that's what you're here for with Good Society. I've heard it's just it's like Bacchanal, but more genteel. I'm joking. Okay, now we have worked out our relationship, and I hit the thing I probably should have done at the top. Let's do another. This is a relationship between Zara and Beth. The two of you blame each other for the death of an Enclave member. What happened, Zara?
I think it was like a straight up case of like Zara and I were going somewhere. Zara and this person were going somewhere together. Beth was like looking out from distance to cover us. If this is okay with you, Stephen. And like Zara went off to do something else, thinking that Beth had them covered. But maybe we were too far away, like we're outside of the zone where you could communicate or whatever it was.
I think you lost her in the mall, right? She got lost in the mall. Is that good? How's the name Ramonda strike you as the lost member of the Enclave? Sound good?
Sounds great.
And
Can I
then you
can I
blame each
flesh that?
other. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Beth, you blame each other. So, Beth, why do you blame Zara for Ramonda's death?
I'm going to flesh that out a little bit if you don't mind.
Please.
Since we have generators, I think we have like little rechargeable walkie-talkies that you would have in hospitals and stuff.
Mhm.
So whenever people go out, they take these little walkie-talkies. And I blame Zara because she knows how far these walkie-talkies should have been effective. And that, inside certain buildings, they don't reach. So whenever Rolanda went inside one of these buildings, Zara should have been there to back her up and stand outside to make sure everything was okay. Does that sound okay, Haley?
Totally.
Nice.
But we need gas,
You do. You're not wrong. That's a thing that's needed. And then we do one more relationship between, and I'll draw arrows and stuff and do cool things like that. But it'll take me a moment. We're just giving himself a headache. All right. This is relationship between Zara and Joel. The two of you have an intimate relationship. Okay. Now, again, it doesn't have to be romantic. An intimate relationship just means that there's something there that you are keeping a secret. So I'm really curious about that.
Can I suggest that we're estranged family members, maybe?
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, I was going to suggest exes, but family members is tighter.
Is this are you like distant family members, or are you like step brother sister, or what do you think?
Can we tie this back to the lost teen, my lost teen?
Nathan?
No, the what I'm
your son.
guilty over.
Yeah.
How could we both be related to let's call her Jane? How do you want to be related to Jane? She's my daughter.
Yeah, maybe like niece. Like I feel like we could be siblings even. That like were estranged before all this shit went down. Like we hadn't talked in years and years for whatever reason. And then we've sort of come back into each other's lives at this shit-tastic time. And there's just like probably a lot of distrust, like maybe our family fractured or something like that, like our parents and other siblings sort of fractured before all this happened. What do you think?
No, that works for me. When our parents split, I went with mum, you went with dad, or vice versa.
Perfect.
Why are we keeping it hidden though?
Because, well, I mean, I know why I'm keeping it hidden. I don't want anyone to think I care about you.
Right. Okay. I'm keeping it hidden because if I make it open, I have to tell you about the death of Jane. And I don't want to do that. Rich, the other thing I just want to be clear about, I've just, in terms of the relationship between Joel and Beth, we know why I feel the need to protect Nathan, but it could well be a different reason why Beth feels the need to protect them.
Oh, why does Beth feel the need to protect Nathan?
I think it's not well known. I keep saying, my family's coming. My husband, so we lived in this town, and my husband and my teenage son, and I were coming here, and there was an attack, and my husband said, "Run, run." So they're coming. They're gonna be here soon. Soon. I've been here for a little while in the Enclave, but they're gonna join us.
Oh God, that's terrifying and amazing. Wow, that's so sad. I love it. Good. So we have created allies for each of you, relationships between all three of you, and your presents are out and open. We've got Ramonda, Nathan, Jane, and then I've named the military officer. Her name is Captain Tipton, or Tipshin. What is up with that, Rich? Fix that. Hold on, let me. That's a weird name. Who would name the character? Who has the last name of Tipshin? I've never even heard of that. There we go. Awesome. Yeah. So we have everything we need to kickstart our apocalypse, except for one last thing that I draw. So let me hide those relationships, and now we have a time passes. And what we're going to do is I'm going to draw a time passes card. Then we're going to take our first bio break. What? No card. Oh, that is weird. Okay. Don't understand that at all. Anyway, I'll draw another time passes. I'll just do the time passes deluxe. Haha! You can't stop me, Roll20. I'm crazy. I'll deal from the whole thing. I don't even care. Here we go. All right. So this will give me something to percolate on during our break. Time passes. A new scarcity develops. Dun, dun, dun. New scarcity develops is what we will deal with. So it is 3 minutes till. Let's take an 8-minute break. Oh, it's now 2 minutes till. Let's take a 7-minute break. And we'll meet you at 5 after. So see you guys in 7 minutes.
So, Rich, I have a question. Is there a way to make the StreamYard image bigger? Like get rid of the chat or collapse the chat or something like that?
Not to my knowledge. It's like, I hear what you're saying. It's like all kind of super tiny.
Well, yesterday I was trying to. I saw that. So I have actually. I think everybody has two images of themselves. There's one at the bottom, and I went to the bottom and clicked on it yesterday, and it just put me back in the waiting room. And I'm like, oops.
I saw that. I had to move you back in. Yeah. StreamYard is more stable than Jitsi, but I love the setup of Jitsi a little bit more. It's just Jitsi cuts off at 2 hours and it's a little on the janky side. So
well, and so I like the stability and all of that of Google Hangouts. However, someone during the convention tried to message me and send me links via Google Hangouts that I'd never dealt with before, and I didn't get them.
Really?
So I heard someone say a couple of days ago that if you have messaged someone in Google Hangouts before, they get your message. But if you've never messaged them before in Google Hangouts, it's, not reliable whether or not they get their message.
Certainly, I have messaged some people in Hangouts that I've not messaged before for this con. There is a setting on devices. Some devices aren't automatically set up to see the prompts or to show invitations.
So during this con, I have a board game group of friends who were messaging, and I was getting messages from them, but I didn't get a message from this GM. It's just weird. Google's weird.
Yeah, I mean, once they realized that this wasn't profitable, they basically started gimping the crap out of it. That sucks.
Hey, but that means places like StreamYard steps in and delivers fantastic things.
That's true. That's true. Although I'm pretty sure StreamYard's going to start squeezing us soon too, because they need their money. Everybody needs money. StreamYard's like, if they drive me away, I'll go to Zoom, because at least Zoom is like $15 a month's a lot, but Zoom is a really good program.
So I was thinking about this a little bit during the break, and I gave names to my husband and son.
Fun.
My husband's name is Ryan, and my son's name is Eric, and I think Eric and Nathan were in the same class.
Oh, that's great. Oh, that's brilliant. All right, cool. I'll just stick those in. There we go. Got those in the NPCs thing. All right. I'm going to jump back in to share screens. And I'm going to make it not so gigantic. There we go. Made it too small again. All right. So we're in Saint Saviors. And the time passes, a new scarcity develops. So let me move this. I can shrink it now that we've got that one figured out. So I think we will pick up with Dr. Zachary has called Joel and Beth together. And Zara, you're nearby. Say that this is in the still functional operating room. Like, they've kind of moved it down to where there's just one operating room. Everything else is storage and all the like. And we see that Nathan is there on the table. He's got a big gash in his forearm. And we start with Dr. Zachary explaining to the two of you, I'm glad you got him back to me. I've sewed this up, but he's already showing signs of tetanus. That rusty blade, we really should have gotten rid of it. Now listen, I am out of antibiotics. I know that there's a pharmacy in the strip mall. And I'm wondering if we can you guys could form up a team to head out that way and get me the antibiotics. I can write down exactly what we need.
Joel, I think, will turn his back on the guy on the table and say to him, shit, Doc, we've been out too much. Every time we go out, the risk just goes like this. You know, can't we just see if it clears up?
Zachary says, we can, but what I'm seeing are the muscle spasms that are part of Rhizus sardonicus, and it's not good. If this advances past any recovery, he's going to have difficulty swallowing. His muscles will become weak. He could have trouble. He could have trouble breathing.
Can Zara stride over at that moment?
Yeah.
And kind of like get up in Joel's personal space and say, "You're scared, Joel?"
Shit, of course I'm scared. You should be scared too.
Zara laughs and says, "What's the point? We got to do this shit anyway."
You double daring bitch.
Joel, don't worry about it. I can keep a good view and make sure nothing comes after you from my, scouting point. It's okay.
Oh yeah. That went really well the last time you two went out together.
Now, you know that wasn't my fault.
I don't give a shit whose fault it was. Somebody ended up dead.
Dr.
No one's
Snickers,
gonna.
Can you guys move this out of the OR if you don't mind?
Yeah, Joel will certainly storm out through those kind of swing doors. Bang, bang.
Cool. I think Leo is in the hallway. So we're going out again?
We're always going fucking out.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
So Beth had been a lookout. I think one of the military officers or one of the military cops or whoever it is that we have took that over after the death, and that's normal. They say this is normal procedure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so Captain Tipton kind of took over. She's now the overseer, and you don't have that job anymore. She took away your binoculars.
Or that happens like right now.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Good. So Captain Tipton, she's still wearing her uniform. You can see the faded bits of blood at her sleeves. She keeps the sleeves buttoned up. There's one button missing on the right side, and there's a few little bits of like pinkish blood where she's been able to completely bleach it clean. And she comes in and says, "I understand you guys are going out. I'll keep Overwatch."
Well, that's my job.
Well, we're going to try something different. Based on recent events, I think it's good that we switch up our assignments for a little bit, won't you?
And Beth, kind of blanches and, but, don't we need our best people out there? And
we do, and you're one of them.
Oh.
Hang on. She can't come out with us. I can't be taking care of her.
Oh, Beth? Looks like they don't want you to go along then.
I didn't say that. I'm not going out with Zara on our own. Who will watch my back?
It's settled then. Listen, if we're going to help out the kid, the sooner we go, the better. And you've got daylight out there. I'd say you got 6 hours. Plenty of time.
Sir, yes, sir. Hoorah!
Thanks, Joel. Can always count on you. So, yeah, you guys have been given an assignment from Captain Tipton. I guess she's kind of in charge now. I didn't even envision that as being the thing, but now it's kind of true. I imagine Captain Tipton. She does a really. She's very concerned about keeping things seeming like civilization is still going. And she's pretty unflappable, right? Joel's getting all groused about stuff, but she keeps kind of trudging forward. I'm going to ask, though, Zara, what do you know Captain Tipton has lost since Z-Day?
I think Captain Tipton has. I almost want to say, like, aside from any personal losses that she might have had, she's lost control. Like, in the sense that everybody used to listen to her and do what she says. And now I think currently the Enclave is teetering on the edge. There are people who look at her and are like, she's in charge. And there are other people who are like, why do we have to listen to her?
Nice. I like that. Cool. So she's used to people following orders. And so that's the default of how she communicates with people. And then she has to backtrack a little bit if people push back, like Joel. That's good. Very cool. So the operating room is on the first floor. You guys have, if you take a look here, you guys, within St. Savior's, you have your quarantine, you have your generators. You also have within the hospital medical facilities and the lost ward. So let's take a look at those real quick, and I'm going to bring it up on the shared screen because that's important. So when you use the appropriate medical facilities and supplies to treat someone's grievous injuries, draw survival. Unfortunately, a new scarcities come up, and it's particular medicine, antibiotics. So I'm obviating, or basically skipping around that move. And then you also have the lost ward. When you dispose the dead by putting them in the secure, zombie-infested, locked-up parts of the hospital, draw survival instead of savagery. On an edge, you can choose to draw twice from the bite deck and pick which one applies. So that's good. You've got a lost ward that and the St. Savior's is filled with zombies. But we're not worried about that right now. We just need antibiotics, friends. To this outdoor mall that you have, I'm going to say that it's just got to think it's interesting. Are you guys cool if it's like the dog days of summer where it's pushing like, oh crap, I've got to use Celsius. What's 9 degrees Fahrenheit? Oh God. This is like
pretty good with Fahrenheit. I don't know about.
It's hot.
Hold on. 32. It's 32 outside.
Shit, it's just got hotter.
32.2 repeating, friends. It is baking outside. So how is it that you guys want to do? So I'm now going to introduce my favorite move in all of Zombie World. It is a move, as I told you guys beforehand, is a move that I have ported to other PBTA games because it is brilliant. It's make a plan. So we'll hop in here to awesome. So if you guys want to make a plan on how you want to do this, then we've got a move for that. And what's great about this move is that you come up with your plan, figure out who proposed it. We'll be drawing, and we figure out what it involves to see how you draw. And then the plan will jump you straight into some action. So I love it because it's a great kind of just get to the good stuff type of move. I think it's pretty brilliant. So you guys know that it's really hot. Are Leo and Opal coming with you?
Leo is certainly coming with me.
All right. Is Opal coming with you, Zara?
Yeah, sure. The more the merrier.
And then
Beth, are you going to drag Elena along?
No. I'm gonna ask her to stay because she doesn't need to know she doesn't need to be put in danger.
Okay. So let's have this scene real quick.
Yeah.
So Alana's there, like she didn't go to the OR, but when you come down the corridor to say like where the cafeteria and the gift shop is, she's hanging out there, and she comes up and says, "Hey, what's going on, Beth? Is he
And
going to be all right?"
yeah, he's gonna be fine. Well, we need to see if we can go get some medicine. And so
We're in a hospital. What do you mean?
we're out of antibiotics, and we're gonna go get some to help Nathan out. Um,
Cool.
so
I'll keep point with you. Look out.
n- well,
I got
um,
some extra Altoids that I found.
the captain said that um they're gonna keep lookout, and I'm gonna go out. I think you should stay here.
Wait, what? Why are you going out? Like we've
You
got
should stay.
Opal.
Yeah, but you should stay here just in case something happens to me. So, I think it's important to get the stuff for Nathan. So, um,
She takes you by the arm, and she tries to pull you aside out of earshot. Maybe you're standing near an old like a food dispenser, vending
mhm.
machine type thing that's completely like they've broken out the plastic and removed all the stuff out of it. She says she's punishing you for that. That wasn't your fault. This is bullshit. You shouldn't go out there.
I know, but I have to show that I can pull my weight here, or they won't. Whenever Eric and Ryan show up, they're not going to let them in. So I have to make sure that they're good. You know, that they know that we can, pull our weight here.
Oh my God, this is terrible.
No, and she, Beth starts to shake a little bit, and she says, it'll be fine. Don't. Yeah, maybe you could talk to the captain and see about keeping watch, along with them.
Okay, I'll have a walkie. You've got to be careful. Stay in the middle. Let them do all the hard stuff, and you just watch out.
That's what I'm good at. I know, and you know me. I won't be afraid to run if something happens.
Okay, and Beth, you are good at it. Don't let this bother you. Okay.
I know. I have to be strong.
She comes in and she gives you a quick hug and then steps back. So, three of you are headed out. What is the plan, or should I jump you into a little bit of trouble and you can make a plan around that?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So 5 of you head out, walking out into the sun. We have one of the lens flare moments to prove that it's very warm out, and Opal she pulls her cowboy hat down a little bit to give her some shade over her eyes. And as you guys are walking the several blocks to get to the mall, walking away from the safety of the hospital, the first thing that you notice is that there's a plume of new smoke that's coming up from the direction of the outdoor mall. As you head closer towards where Dr. Zachary had given you guys directions of where the pharmacy is located in that outdoor mall.
Actually, I get on the radio and I ask, the captain, hey, can you see that smoke?
Yes, I can see the smoke. It looks like a fresh fire. It should gray out if the fire's dying. So that's not good.
Can you see what's causing it?
I'm going to need to move up to the roof. Give me a moment. And you hear the coom, 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 coom of her starting to move up the concrete stairwell. Oh, it looks like a wreck. Like a vehicle. That might be good. Maybe there's someone there too. Yeah.
But it'll draw the zombies. I mean, that if that kind of smoke and fire to bring them closer.
Perfect opportunity. This is good news. It's a windfall for us. I wouldn't worry about the looks like a UPS van. I wouldn't worry about that. That should draw the zombies, and then you can just move around and go straight to the pharmacy. It's a few doors down from the accident. You'll be fine. I'll keep a lookout. I'll stay up here.
Nice. So I think I'm going to reveal a card.
Ooh.
Okay. It is my trauma card, and I am cowardly.
Nice. Oh, I love the cowardly card.
Cool. That pop out?
If you just right click, yeah, I see it. If you right click, you can flip the card.
Okay.
I can help you if you need me to.
Let me see if I can. Yeah, I tried to right click and nothing happens.
All right, cool. I'll flip it. Boom.
Yeah, thank you.
Cowardly. All right, so cowardly. Let me zoom in on that a little bit. Boop. While revealed, you get +1 soul. That's awesome. Clear stress when you convince someone else to propose a plan. All right, rock on. So Captain Tipton has told you guys that there's a UPS truck that has crashed just a few stores down from the CVS pharmacy that you are headed towards to try to get some antibiotics. What do you guys want to do? I'd say that you're maybe a half mile away from all of this, and she's just got enough vantage point from the roof of the Hospital St. Saviour's to have given you that heads up about the UPS truck crash. So what do you want to do?
So I imagine that we've established some kind of standard operating procedure, which I think probably means, do we think the zombies are attracted by noise or sight?
The zombies are attracted by noise. They love fire. Like, it fascinates them. They just head towards it and then kind of stand in it. And often it's a great way to let them destroy themselves. But yeah, that's what you guys have discovered. And they do seem to have some kind of sensory, like they can see people, but it's the periphery is like their ability to see isn't as good as their ability to hear, if that makes sense.
Fine. So what I imagine standard operating procedure, as far as Joel's concerned anyway, is that he's on fucking point again. With Leo watching his back. And I think that probably it's about 20 yards in a crouch in the middle of roads, not near the buildings in case they're inside. If we're in the middle of the roads, avoid any traffic, any crashed cars if we can, because they provide cover for the zombies, and make as quick progress. And then every 50 paces, call the others up. Go on, call the others up.
Nice. This sounds like a pretty decent plan. I guess are you just going to let him take care of the thing he seems to be good at or eager to do? You good with that, Zara?
Yeah, like Joel actually wanting to do something. I'll take it. But I think Zara says, like, the van may have crashed, but I reckon there's someone here.
Yeah, well, we're not here for them. We're here for the drugs.
I mean, more in the sense of they might also be.
Cool.
And he will pointedly look at Opal and Leo and say, "Okay, you two, watch my back then."
Nice. So because you guys are early on, the zombies aren't around. I'm not going to make you draw for that. I think that just makes sense. That's the thing. They're going to try to watch your back, especially since you're going into the badness. We'll let you go ahead. So I think we're going to jump ahead to the point when you are close enough, Joel, to kind of peer around. There's a brick facing, but it's not really brick, right? It's just this brick facing they put on one of the storefronts to make it look all, authentic, right? And you can kind of peer around and get your first look at the crash as well as the pharmacy. Do you want to assess a bad situation here?
Yeah, not really, but I will.
Yay! Let me share the survivor deck with you. and this will be our first draw in game. So there are 11 survivor cards, which means that it's very important for me to always shuffle the deck. And so what you want to do when you assess a bad situation is you'll be drawing steel. So you just look at your steel stat.
Yeah,
and
which
draw
is
that many
one.
cards. Oh, you're not good at this. Oh, it's too bad.
No, I usually rely on a lookout.
Oh man, you've got one right behind you. Do you want to pull her up and let her assess?
Yes.
Okay,
I
cool.
got you here. Now do your thing.
All right, so yeah, you like gesture for Beth to come forward. Beth, you can hear them. You can hear the growling.
So okay, so I turn around and I leave the walkie-talkie with Zara, because that noise might draw stuff if something happens. And I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna look around the corner and I'll assess a bad situation.
Oh, that's awesome. Really smart. Good job. All right, so draw with steel, Beth. Your steel's a bit better.
A little bit. Okay, let's see.
Now, what you do is you draw those total cards. You will choose one of them. That is the one that's your play. You're looking for a triumph. That's like a 10 plus in a Powered by the Apocalypse game. An edge is a mixed success, and a miss is a miss.
And just toss the cards out?
Yeah, just toss the card out. I'll be drawing them back into the deck once we've resolved this.
I got 2 misses.
Oh yeah, that's not great. That's not great at all. Cool. So 2 misses means you, on the assess a bad situation, you don't get any questions. I get to tell you what you see. The first thing that you notice is that the UPS truck has turned over onto its side, and you see that at least one of the tires is on fire. There's a swarm of zombies that are all moving around the truck, and you see that there's a person who is in the driver's side. They have a seatbelt, so it's kind of kept them from being able to get out. And they look like they're passed out. The windshield has spiderweb cracked, and you see that there's a zombie that's kind of grabbing at it, and their fingers are cutting, and you can see the bones exposed as it's trying to pull away the glass and get their hand in and try to grab this person. And this is a miss. So it's Eric.
Oh,
He's taken you can see the blood on his forehead, where his head just kind of snapped forward. There's no air bag. I think it's one of those where the airbag had deployed previously at some point, and they can't shove it back in, so they had to drive this thing around to cut off the airbag later. But yeah, that is what you see, Beth. What do you do?
And I think you hear a sob, as she kind of pulls back and she says, there's a lot of zombies. There must be 6 or 7, and they're all around the truck. And Eric and the driver is Eric. He's my son, and he's unconscious, and they're gonna get him. We have to stop. We have to save them.
Yeah, we will, but we need to do something else first. It's just suicide going out there now, Beth. We just need look. What I'm thinking is we go through the back exit of the pharmacy. We get what we need. We cause a disturbance in there that draws the Z's away. Then we get your kid out. We don't have the firepower to take him down.
Cool. So let's cut away from the two of you having that heated conversation, a heated, quiet conversation around the edge. Opal and I guess Leo is around. Maybe Leo's kind of broken away from the two of you. So Opal and Zara, you're there. You see the two of them talking, and when you look back at Opal, Leo's gone. Like he just kind of just disappeared at some point. and Opal's like, this is a shit sandwich right here.
don't know what everyone's fussing about. We should just go into the pharmacy.
Oh shit, let's just go. I think she's got one of those like revolvers with a really long barrel. It says, let's just go around. All this pussyfooting around and shit.
Let's take a look.
Cool. So do you move up to join them, or do you want to go around a different building and see if you can?
I mean, I'm not sure geographically what the most straightforward way is into the
Cool,
pharmacy, but whatever the most direct route is the way that Zara is walking.
That's a
And
great
I
point.
think she has an axe as well. I think that's her like weapon of choice, and she's just like kind of swinging it around absentmindedly as she's like looking at the buildings in sort of the way that you'd look at them if you were walking through a shopping mall.
Cool. So the way I'm imagining it is that you've got kind of a main thoroughfare street that's usually blocked off, right? Because people will walk around, and it's more of a street for night deliveries to this outdoor mall. And there aren't many alleyways, right? So most of the buildings are smooshed together. And so there are a few alleyways you can get. So you can go and kind of leave Sarah and Joel, and the two of you can head off down a different passageway that can get you to the pharmacy. But you'll be kind of separating the party, which I'm totally happy to let you do if you want to do that because your brother's kind of a dink. Is that something that Zara's interested in doing?
Like, I think she would like call out to them, we're going to the pharmacy, and start walking.
Okay, nice.
And I think whenever Zara calls out, Beth kind of starts, and she says, well, yeah, if you think it's best, we'll go, in the back of the pharmacy, and we'll cause a distraction. Yeah.
Joel will make sure Beth goes in front of him around the back as we're following Zara and Opal, because he doesn't trust Beth not to make a break for the van.
Ooh, nice. So,
I mean, we have to hurry up because the zombies are going to get him soon. We have to do something.
It'll be okay, Beth. Be okay.
And I reckon like Zara hadn't heard that whole conversation about it being
no,
like,
there's no way.
His son. And so she just casually remarks, man, that's a way to go.
Let's make a plan. So it sounds like Zara's made a plan here. So use the stat of the person who proposed the plan. The plan is just let's go in through the back way, and then we can deal with that. And it actually was kind of a plan that Joel. So you guys, who wants to draw? I'm totally cool with their.
Go ahead, Zara. Joel
All right.
would happily defer responsibility.
All right, I am making sure I've recalled all the decks. All right, so we got all 11 cards. So when you make a plan, use the stat of the person who proposed the plan. If it's a plan about taking violent, dangerous, destructive actions, use savagery. I don't think it's if you're being careful, safe, stealthy, and smart, you'll use survival. It's not about talking or persuading, and it's not about pushing through, being tough and strong and implacable. So what do you think is the bent here, Zara? Do you think you're more trying to be careful, safe, and stealthy, or taking violent, dangerous, destructive action?
Well, Joel probably thinks we're trying to be careful, safe, and stealthy, but that is not what Zara is thinking about.
Nice. So you're going around to the pharmacy, but if you take a few pot shots because it's necessary with your axe, that's fine.
Just clearing the way.
Exactly. Use savagery. That sounds good.
So I draw cards equal to the number of my stat. Is that correct?
Exactly right. So you've got a 3 savagery. So you can go ahead and draw 3 cards, and you look amongst those cards, and you're looking for a triumph.
I got an edge.
Okay. The edge is the best card that you have. So on make a plan. You actually may get some more cards. Sorry, on make a plan. You take a +1 if the plan is supported by plenty of resources and people. I'm going to say 5 people. I'm going to call it not plenty if you guys are okay with that. Because there is a swarm. And take +1 if you're basing the plan on accurate current information. I'll say yes. So go ahead and draw 1 more card from the survivor deck.
Opportunity.
Okay, so the way the opportunity works is you can make that a triumph if you're willing to spend a stress and basically take on a stress to yourself. Now, the stress track, you notice that there are a total of 5 boxes. If you get to that 5th box, you get to draw a new trauma. That doesn't replace your current trauma. It's a new trauma you have. Hey, that could be great, but it can also be terrible. So do you want to mark a stress and make that into a triumph?
Heck yes.
All right, fantastic. So on a hit, you arrive in the middle of your plane in decent shape, and on an edge, some part of your plane encounters unexpected difficulties. So you avoided that edge by upgrading to a triumph. I'm going to recall those cards in case we need to draw again, because guess what? We'll soon need to draw again.
And I think it's just dumb. Like, they shouldn't be able to just walk in there. She should, Zara shouldn't be able to get away with just hitting stuff with her axe, but the zombies are so distracted by this fire that it just happens.
Yeah. So the 5 of you shuffle along, well, 4 of you, because who knows where Leo is, shuffle along, skirt around the main throng of the zombies to get into the CVS pharmacy. Kick open the door and realize that it wasn't locked, and you see that the shelves are nearly bare. You end up using your axe, Zara, in some dramatic and grotesque way to brain a couple of zombies that are in here. One of them is wearing like a pharmacy tech lab coat with their name slightly askew, and the other one is a person who was kind of has like this very heavy limp, looks like they had a leg in a cast. And then once you dispatch them, you guys can start moving through and looking for the antibiotic. You've got a couple strips of paper with the name of the antibiotic. You've got to get over the fence. So in America, in the CVS pharmacy, there's a bunch of over-the-counter medicine, and then kind of like a small grocery store type setup for a CVS. And then there is an area that's got to usually like they'll put a gate down, and that's where the controlled substance things are. So the antibiotics are back there, and you guys have gotten a triumph. So you tell me, Zara, how is it that you guys? So they've got a like a corrugated steel thing that they draw down, and there's a little lock and where the counter would be, and then there's a door. So did you just take your axe to the door to try to hatchet your way through and get here's Johnny and open the doorway? Is that what you did?
I reckon that Joe Jimmy's the lock open. I reckon this is something Joe probably does a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, if when the axe comes back as if to hit the door, Joel will grab it and say, "Keep the noise down."
Zara rolls her eyes. What are we gonna do? It's a locked door.
And he will try to lever open the roll to start with. I think the whatever that thing that people pull down.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called either. That sounds awesome. It sounds like you are trying to push yourself. Nope, sorry, that's not an actual move. That's how the opportunity works. Sorry. It just seemed really cool. Yeah, so I think this is just a thing you could do. So let's have you jimmy up the lock. So you got some tools, right? And you work at it, and eventually you hear it pop. And when you lift open the...
Before I lift it open, I listen carefully. It kind of goes pop, and then it's anything moving back there. I suppose.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah, that was really smart of you. Yeah, look at you. You're so smart. You're good at this stuff. You played OSR games. Yeah, you hear.
Can I assess a bad situation to get a sense of how far
sure
away?
You can do that. Draw steel because you're so good at it.
How could I possibly get an extra card? I'm not sure I can.
When someone helps or interferes with another PC, they can mark stress to draw cards equal to their face-up identity cards. So you can get help from someone. You've got one card, and if either one of them want, they can mark stress and draw an extra card to hand to you.
So Beth is going up and down the grocery aisles, looking desperately for something. And whenever she finds it, she's going to stop in front of the travel clock area and find one of those wind-up clocks. You know, those old analog wind-up clocks. Yeah. So I don't think I'm helping.
And I'm not
Sweet.
sure Joel would ask or want Haley's help.
Zara's not helping. Zara's just like, open the door.
Okay, I will simply draw one.
All right, this is gonna be great, guys.
Oh, hang on. Oh, edge.
Nice. Look at you. You got an edge. Congratulations. On an edge, you get to ask one question.
What's my best way in or past whatever's behind there?
So you open it up just a little bit, and you see that there's a hand that kind of comes out towards you. So the best way in or past for this is that you know that Opal has a gun and Zara has an axe. If you can open it up and draw them in, you can just kind of duck down. They're not going to be able to climb over the counter fast enough, and they should be able to take out that zombie, no problem.
Okay. I turn to Opal and say, I'm going to move it up and make it and rattle it. I'm wanting it to come into view.
Yeah.
I'm then going to jam this thing down on it, and I want you to put it away. But I don't want you to shoot it, Opal.
Oh, damn it. She puts her gun away and pulls out a little K-bar knife. Well, shit, if you're going to be smart about it, all right, then.
I don't know which move this would be. I don't think it's fight Fool the Dead. Oh, that's a swarm of zombies.
Yeah, that's okay. We can actually just do it. You've gotten your thing. I'm not going to make you draw. But here's what happens. So you jiggle it for a little bit. You hear them move close. Swing that up. It starts to move forward, and then you slam down. And that's when you hear the horn for the UPS van go off outside. And Beth, you hear your son calling out, "Help! They get through the," and then bam, Opal jams her K-bar into the brain matter of the old pharmacy tech that stayed there until they, I don't know, starved to death maybe. And you can get into the pharmacy. You guys can climb over and get your antibiotics. It's no problem whatsoever. Beth, you hear your son calling for you.
So I think I turn to Joel and I say, "It's time for the distraction, right?" And I kind of hold up this old-timey alarm clock and I start winding it.
Nice.
Right?
Joel ignores her and slides across the counter into the back and begins to look for painkillers, sleeping pills, and then antibiotics.
Cool. So you are scrounging. So let's have you do that. Foraging for supplies. When you forage for supplies, this is on the Enclave here. When you forage for supplies, draw 3 cards from the survivor deck. For each hit, you take +1 gear. Spend it to say what you find while foraging. A triumph counts as +2 gear instead of +1. When you push your luck while foraging, draw from the bite deck to forage again and draw another 3 cards from the survivor deck. So let's just go ahead and have you draw the 3 cards from the survivor deck. Miss, edge, and edge. All right, so the best of those is an edge, which means for an edge and then 2 edges, you get 2. Actually, I'm sorry. This is a cumulative thing, right? So for each hit, you take +1 gear. Edge and edge gets you +1 gear. You get +2 gear. You can define if you want that one of those gear is the medicine you're looking for. Or you can make it other stuff if you want to, make your life terrible.
One of the gear is antibiotics. The other one is painkillers.
Nice. Doesn't need painkillers. All right. So you and Zara, looking together, are able to find the stuff. Opal's going to cover you. So I kind of like the idea of brother and sister, like in there. So the way that it looks in a back pharmacy, in this particular pharmacy, is that they have a few shelves in the front where they hang and put medicine. You see there's a bunch of medicine with people's bottles, pill bottles, all written out that were never picked up. And then there's like actual mortar and pestle and some areas where they can kind of put in medicine and pull out certain milliliters worth of it, and things where they can mix up the liquid. And there's a sink where you can wash your hands, and there's tons and tons of stuff. You guys are able to find the boxes of antibiotics, and you find a bunch of boxes of painkillers as well. Zara, what's the weird thing that you find in these shelves that probably should be in a pharmacy?
A little comb set, but like something that a comb set that someone is like duct taped together, like it's clearly handmade.
Oh, cool. Oh, cool. Awesome. And I think, for fun, I think Opal she leans over and looks underneath the counter and ends up grabbing a whole 6 or 7 packs of condoms, and she just stuffs them in a jacket pocket.
Oh, and Zara's like, what the fuck you need those for?
So maybe I'll sell them. Maybe I'll use them. Shit, I don't know. Good. So what are you doing with that alarm clock? This seems like a really good idea. So are you throwing it in the middle of the street? Is that the plan?
I don't have a plan. I think Joel said we would make noise here in the pharmacy.
Oh, cool. Well, when you fool a swarm of zombies, draw steel. On a hit, your efforts to mislead them work. Choose one, and then there's some options to the thing. And then on an edge, the GM gets to choose one as well.
Nice.
I'll just tell you guys, you don't want the GM to choose things, because I choose the bad ones.
Okay, so I'm going to draw 2 cards.
Cool. And the options are: your deception is incomplete or brief, you attract more zombies to the scene, or you mark stress or draw from the bite deck, your choice. Those are your choices.
Are my cards still out on the table? I'm still
If they
seeing
are, I need to recall. Sorry, let me recall everything and shuffle. All right. Now you can draw. You have to draw steel.
Oh. 2 misses.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Hold on just 1 second. I'm still seeing.
Yeah, weird. I thought I recalled those. Okay. Oh, let's recall everything. I apologize. I thought I went through the. Didn't you guys see it popped up? But anyway, I thought I did that. So let's do it over.
So the first time I did it, I had a miss and a triumph. The second time I had 2 misses. So let's see what happens this time.
All right. So this one's official. 2 practices, and this one's for real.
I have a miss and an edge.
Okay. Awesome. So on an edge, I'm going to quickly recall these so I don't forget again. And I do apologize for you having to draw extra times. I apologize.
Oh, no problem. It brings the tension.
It does. All right. So on Fool the Dead, I've got the options up here. You get to choose one. I get to choose one. You can choose your deception is incomplete or brief. You attract more zombies to the scene, or you mark stress or draw from the bite deck, your choice.
So let's say we attract more zombies to the scene.
Oh, awesome. That sounds great. And I think you need to mark stress or draw from the bite deck, your choice.
I'll mark stress.
Oh, that's brave. Not really. It's not that brave, but I like it. That's what I would choose. Good job. I'm going to shuffle this one more time. And you know what, friends? I'm just going to go ahead and go over here and get the bite deck just so we know it's there, right? Let me just put that out there because more zombies are on the scene. And that can always be fun. And by fun, I mean deadly. So you get the alarm clock, and you kind of, I guess, you open the door that's ajar because you guys bust it down. And as you, Zara and Joel, are finishing up, you've got the antibiotics, you got the painkiller. There's the joke about the condoms, and then you hear it outside, and you look out, and you see Beth standing there holding the clock because she's a little spaced out, right? And you see a number of the zombies are kind of coming across the plate glass window at the front, working towards her. What do the two of you do?
Joel runs out the back of the pharmacy.
Awesome. So when you run out the back of the pharmacy and shove open the door, which was locked, there are more zombies in the alleyway. Because more zombies are here. What do you do?
Slam the door shut and try to secure it.
Okay, awesome. So you pull that thing shut. It's a fire door. It's nice and secure. You were quick enough to where you didn't run out into the alleyway. You're smart. You wouldn't do anything crazy like that. Opal turns and she sees the zombies, and she draws her gun. Sorry, she's going to start firing on these things through the plate glass window across the entire CVS. This is a terrible idea and will waste bullets. What do you do?
I yell, "You waste your fucking bullets!"
Ooh, it sounds like you want to calm an NPC down.
Sure, I mean, I guess that's what's happening here.
When you calm an NPC down with logic or reason, draw steal. And I have triple checked that I've shuffled the deck. So you want to draw from survivor deck, and you get to draw your total steal, which you have.
Yeah, that's going to go about as well as it sounded like it was going to go.
Am I too far away to help?
It's okay. Drew a triumph. We've been working together a long time, and Opal knows that's just how I communicate with logic and reason.
That's damn straight. All right, so so we'll jump over here just so you can look at it, because you get to make two choices. So when you calm an NPC down with logic or reason, draw steal. On a hit, they won't do anything drastic, at least for now. On a triumph, you get to pick two. They keep calm for some time. They reveal their true concerns. They don't hold you responsible. What two do you choose?
Well, someone revealing their true concerns is always interesting, so I'm going to pick the first two.
Nice. Okay, cool. All right, so the true concerns and keep calm for some time. She draws out the gun and she's aiming, like trying to get a couple of those, and you talk her out of it. And she looks over at you and she holsters her gun again, and she says, we're surrounded. And if we don't do something to get the fuck out of here, it's just going to be like at Tulsa.
It's not that bad. It's not as bad as that. Yeah, I know we're surrounded, but wasting your bullets ain't going to help. Come on, let's figure this out.
She starts looking around at the ceiling. It's a drop ceiling. Maybe we can get up and get on the roof somehow.
Joel was going to ask, what was up? Was there an upstairs?
There isn't an upstairs per se, but it's a drop ceiling, and you do know, of course, it has a ceiling. So if you can get your way up there, you should be able to get up onto the roof. And because all of these things are conjoined, you can move across several buildings and get away from the noise. Beth, though, hey, that alarm clock's working gangbusters.
Yeah, so I think I run back and I'm like, Joel, we got to get out, open the door.
Yeah, Beth, we're going to go up and over the top.
There's not enough time for that.
They're all around the building, so we'll go up, over, get to the van, get Eric.
Opens up.
It'll be fine.
The door opens up to the front door because you guys had to bust it in, and the zombies start walking through.
Okay, I'm going up. I'll go.
Awesome. So just to kind of paint a clear picture to make sure we're all on the same page, you have, I'm not going to convert to meters. You have about 4 foot high shelves. So they are, chest high or shorter shelves that you can easily climb on top of. But the there's a pretty high clearance up here. So getting up to the drop ceiling is where it's just a loose metal framework and they just dropped in these tiles, right? So getting up there is going to take some finagling. Maybe you need to stack some shelves. It's going to take some work.
I've got a better
Meanwhile-
idea.
Oh yeah, that's good. I like that. Yes.
Joel stands on the counter, which is solid, and he gestures to Zara. And he makes a stirrup with his hand, which means that if she gets up on the counter, gets up on the stirrup, and then he just hoists her up.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I love that. That is good. So it sounds like you and Zara can work together. Zara, do you take it? Are you going to be the first one out of here?
Zara's only going to do it if she thinks she can help other people up from the top. Does that seem viable?
Yeah, it seems viable. Like you can offer a hand down. We'll say that the drop ceiling only extends outside. So the pharmacy itself actually has a solid ceiling because otherwise people will come in late at night, go up the drop ceiling, go down into the pharmacy. So you can kind of, because it's right there at the counter, the two of you work together, you get through the drop ceiling, and now you're on the ceiling, the heavy and supported ceiling that's over the actual controlled drugs part of the pharmacy, and you can offer a hand down and start to pull people up.
As Joel lifts her up, he whispers something like, "You could never climb."
Cool. And you come up into here, and this is like a 3-foot clearance, so you'd have to kind of crawl around. You can't really walk around a whole lot. There are spiders everywhere, spider webs. You hear something like squeak and move off in the dark. You don't have any flashlights. It's super dark up here, Zara. What's your reaction like? What do we see in that moment when you get up there and you're all by yourself?
Peace and calm, and then remembering the situation. It's like it's dark. There's spiders. Spiders don't really bother Zara. It's just like, whoa, there's no one around. That never happens. Oh wait.
That's nice. For a moment I was happy, and then I had to deal with all these other people. Sweet. So we have Beth and we have Opal, and Opal at this point, she's go, Beth, get your chunky ass over here and get the fuck out of here. And she's got her gun back out again because they're coming in, and she's going to start firing, try to give you some kind of cover. Beth, what do you do?
Oh, Beth runs up and practically tries to climb Joel and like is scrambling for help, to get up over the ceiling. Yeah.
Awesome. Good. So I think you're fleeing the dead.
Okay.
So let's go over to our zombie moves. When you try to flee a swarm of zombies, draw survival. On a hit, you escape and choose one. On an edge, the GM chooses one as well.
And I can.
Yeah. And I've recalled and shuffled, so we're good.
Okay, and this is survival.
Correct. You're going to draw survival. Sorry, you are drawing Flee the Dead. Survival total number of cards equal to that stat. For you, that is 3. Oh, you're good at this, Beth. Miss.
Good at running away.
Mm-hmm. Miss. Mm-hmm. Edge. Okay, so you got an edge. Oh, that's the bite deck. Recall all and shuffle. All right, on an edge, and we'll bring that back up so you can look at the options. You get to choose one, and I get to choose one. You run into another danger or crisis. You leave something or someone valuable behind. You draw from the bite deck or suffer serious harm. Your choice.
So let's talk about the bite deck. What's in the bite deck?
All right. Most of the bite deck is just things that escalate the situation and make it worse. And then there's one card called Bite. And when you're bitten, you're dead. Not immediately, maybe, or maybe immediately, but you're dead. Your character is going to become a zombie, or you can shoot yourself in the head, not be a zombie. You'll just be a dead person. Now, the other thing about the Bite deck is, you notice that I'm trying really hard to shuffle the Survivor deck. When the Bite deck is used, those cards stay out until the Bite card happens. So threats and threats will happen when the Bite deck is drawn, but then those cards will stay out until you get to the Bite, and there's no reshuffle. It just keeps happening until someone gets bitten. But hey, remember, it's really easy to make a character. What would you like to do?
I don't like any of these.
I know. They're all bad.
You leave something or someone valuable behind.
Awesome. So you head up, and Opal is covering your back. You get up, and you're fine. You are fine. And I'm going to say that, yeah, I get to choose one as well. I think you're going to run into another danger or crisis. Yeah,
Okay.
I've got that. So, you, Beth, you know that all of these have roof access points, and when you move along to kind of crawl along that part of the wall to find the little trapdoor type thing, you see that it is locked from the inside, and that's your danger, your crisis, is that you're locked up here.
And just to be clear, you could also make me draw from the bite deck.
Absolutely, I could have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could have.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And I start rattling the lock and making a little bit of noise, and I'm like, "It's locked. It's locked."
Nice, cool. So we'll go back down to Opal, who is now firing and reloading her gun. She's killed 4 zombies, but she's not a member of the Walking Dead cast, so not all of them are headshots. Sorry, it's a little joke about the Walking Dead, because holy crap, those people have amazing aim. Opal, she's kind of sunk into, like, she's going to keep firing on these things. Joel.
Opal, get the fuck out. You've got a bit of space. Come now, go.
Oh, shit. And she goes, and when she turns around, she does that practice thing of dropping her gun into her holster, but it slips and the gun scatters onto the floor, and it looks like she's going to go after the gun, and a couple of the zombies that she didn't take out are there. What do you do?
I go and get her.
Nice. All right, you're gonna have to fight the dead in order to get her out of here. When you try to fight a swarm of zombies, draw savagery. On a hit, you greatly reduce their numbers and choose one. On an edge, the GM chooses one as well. Let me make sure that I've drawn in all of the survivor cards. Okay, I have, and let me make sure I've shuffled it. All right, so you get to draw. Remember, draw with savagery. You're pretty savage. This is fine. Everything's going to be okay.
I would also like to reveal my past history. Flip card. Hang on,
Yep.
Where'd it go?
Oh, I tried to move it to help, and I think
right. I am a veteran.
Oh!
While revealed, draw +1 when you jump into rapidly devolving situation without hedging your bets.
Wait a second. Do you think that's what this is?
Okay.
Yes, appropriate. That is the perfect reveal of a past, right? That was your past, not your trauma, right?
Well, as it turns out, the two may well be linked, but we'll come to that.
Oh, gorgeous.
Okay,
sweet.
so
you can
I'm drawing
survival?
4 cards.
Oh, man, you are awesome at this. You should be fighting 4 cards. This is easy. You're great. I'm so excited by this. You're a hero. Go, Joel, go.
Yes! Triumph is my best.
Yes! All right. So when you fight the dead, on a hit, you greatly reduce their numbers. You just take out both of those zombies that were threatening Opal, and she grabs her gun. But you
Can
still
I
need
describe
to choose...
him? What he does
please. What's it look like?
Is he goes down the parallel aisle and pushes the shelves and just pushes them up against the wall, leaving her and the gun with some space.
Perfect. You do need to choose one option, though. The good news is I don't get to choose one as well. You attract the attention of a third party, you end up in a bad spot and draw from the bite deck, or you mark stress or suffer serious harm, your choice.
I will mark stress.
Good call. Good call. All right. Let's go ahead and mark that stress there for Joel. Oh, you got so much stress. This is fine. This is the easiest cake. Man, Opal grabs that gun, and then she scrambles up onto the counter, and the two of you are able to make your way up into that very, very tight crawl space with your sister and maybe your twin sister and Beth. And Beth is trying to push at the locked trapdoor that gets you to roof access. And you see them. They're all teaming in. All the zombies are there in the...
and the alarm is still ringing, isn't it? In the middle of the floor.
It's totally still ringing in the middle.
Is there...
I
Go
have
ahead.
like a little butcher knife. That's the only weapon they kind of gave me, and I'm kind of trying to jimmy the lock with it.
Nice. I like that. I think you're trying to avert disaster.
Oh, come on. That's not going to work.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, it's good. So when you avert disaster, that's a basic move. It's not even a zombie move. It's just fine. You try to avert disaster, say what you're trying to prevent, right? Getting trapped here for too long makes sense. Draw with survival.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've recalled and shuffled. Yeah.
Come on.
Meanwhile, Zara yells, "Jesus Christ, Joe!" But it's like an approving Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I think Opal, she kind of she's calm and calming down, but yeah, she's like, shit, I almost lost my gun. Oh God, I love Betsy.
Rich, I'm still seeing my triumph.
Oh, then
And my edges and my misses.
I screwed up then.
Okay.
I'm the worst. Dang it.
Every roll that Stephen makes, every draw he makes is tension mounted.
It is so bad. I hope you don't get screwed out of that.
No.
All right. What have you got? Opportunity, miss. Is that last one a triumph?
Huh. It shows up on my screen, but it doesn't show up.
There it is, edge.
Yeah.
Okay, so you either have an edge, or if you're willing to spend a stress, then you can get a triumph. What do you want?
I'll spend the stress.
All right. I am recalling the deck like I should always do. I am shuffling the deck like I should always do. On the avert disaster, you spend the stress, which means that on a triumph, you manage it. So you use that knife and you jimmy the lock open. It pops, and you open up the trap door. You push that trap door open.
Oh, absolutely, and try and scramble out. But I think I cut my finger. I cut myself pretty badly whenever I was jimmying it.
Oh yeah, it totally makes sense. Yeah. And when you open the trap door, you see standing up on the roof from the other side is Leo. He was trying to pop the trap door, and you got it open faster than he did because, and he offers you a hand up, and he's like, "Oh, you cut yourself bad."
Yeah, I think basically I bleed on him as I kind of crawl up there.
Okay. Yeah, and Leo's a survival scrounger, so he's not going to freak out at the sight of a little bit of blood as long as you don't try to bite him. And all four of you get up on the thing, and then the horn stops as you get to the roof.
What's the situation down below?
Cool. So you move to the edge, and you see that there are more zombies zooming in, and then the alarm clock stops.
Beth, start banging on the roof. Keep their attention in the pharmacy.
Cool. Steven, did you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. So it sounds like you will start banging on the roof, trying to draw away the zombies. You see that there are a couple of them like down on their knees in front of the UPS, and they were crawling in, maybe? You're not sure? You don't hear your son screaming anymore. The horn stopped.
And I can't see. So basically, I see the UPS truck, but I don't see Eric.
You don't see Eric.
I'm deliberately trying to focus Beth on something else. Make the noise. Keep drawing them into the pharmacy, Beth. That's what we need. You remember the distraction?
Okay.
Hey, what the hell's going on?
What? Go grab him. Go find Eric. And I start banging on the on the ceiling, and I'm sure there's like leaves and like branches and shit on top of the roof. I start shoving it down the hole to make noise. Maybe find a branch and just start rattling it. Oh,
Cool.
Get on the radio and see if they can find him.
And Joel, that's when you look over at Leo and he shakes his head.
Oh, shit. I will get Zara and Opal to one side and say we've got to make it look like we tried.
Try to do what?
Save the kid.
In the UPS van?
Yeah.
Zara looks very confused.
She's just going to lose it and take us all down with her if we can't make her believe that we made an effort. If we send Opal, if you take her to the far end of this roof and down and tell her we'll meet her there with her kid.
Sure, fine, whatever. I can do that. I think Leo is helping Beth make noise, try to draw off the zombs to kind of buy you a little bit of time here. He's trying to keep Beth focused on that. Opal's like, all right, let's do this.
You want to lie to her, and she's going to have to deal with it eventually. It's not right to lie about something like that.
If she's going to lose it now, and if she goes down, we're all going to be in the shit. So let's just play the game. And then she finds out we didn't get there in time. Come on, Zara.
Now, I think that Joel might be opening up to someone. So one of our basic moves is when you open up to someone about your feelings or past, you can draw with soul. On a hit, you both clear a stress, and you, the drawer, get to choose one. You can look at any one of their face down identity cards. You can ask them any question, and they have to answer honestly. And the other one's NPCs, but it's not NPCs. Do you think you're doing that, Joel?
I think I might be. I'm trying to find what used to be a connection to just get Zara on side just for now, for fuck's sake.
That's so good.
Good. All right. So I have drawn everything in. I'm going to do one more shuffle, and you're good. So draw steel, which you are really good at.
Oh, hang on. Isn't it draw soul?
Oh, it's soul. You're right. I'm so sorry. Yes, it is draw soul. I don't know why I said steel. I apologize.
Edge and miss.
Okay, on an edge. So on a hit, you both clear a stress. That's a very good thing. And then you get to choose one. You can look at any one of her face down identity cards. Now that works really good at a table. For here, what I would say is maybe you can tell Haley which you want to look, the past or the trauma. And then Haley, you can on Roll20 on the chat icon, you can actually, oh shoot, you can't do anything private. That sucks. Okay, I thought I had a solution. I don't have a solution.
It's okay. Like I'll just, if that's the one that I'll just open it up. It's fine. It doesn't matter if everyone sees it.
Okay.
I'm interested in knowing what trauma has happened to Zara in the time we've been apart.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. I don't think it's going to surprise you. I'm just going to pop it out next to my character sheet.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, did it do it? No, it didn't. There we go.
Yeah, that's not a trauma. That's childhood.
Yeah. Look.
That's appropriate.
Because she was born 6.5 minutes before me.
That's awesome.
I think she's just become more like after everything that's happened. It's just like to the next level of. It's always been there, and it's just flourished. It's been very great for these conditions.
Hang on, have we got this move right? On an edge. Now, I'm doing this, so they is her. On an edge, they also choose one. They look at one of your face down cards. Shit, sorry.
Oh, you're right. I totally missed the second half there. Yeah. On an edge, I've also choose.
Right, so it's both ways. It's both ways then.
It is. On an edge, it's both ways.
Yeah. So I can ask her any question, and you have to answer honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can reveal my trauma.
I can, but I want to ask if this is okay with you, and feel free to retcon if it isn't. Completely non sequitur. But I think Zara just like stares at Joel and says like, "Why didn't you fucking call me, Joel? Why didn't you care where I was? Why didn't you try to find me? I try to find you."
Mom never gave me any contact details.
And that was it? You just gave up?
I didn't think you'd want me to.
I think Zara's going to turn away and says, "All right, do what you gotta. I'm not going to be any part of this," and just like starts walking across from the roof.
And Joel will reach out, put an arm on her shoulder and say, "I'm trying to find you now."
I'm going to reveal my past.
Yes! Please do. This is so good.
And just... So my past is prize fighter. And Zara just like tugs on the end of her shirt, and you can see all these scars that are like running down the front of her chest and onto her back. And she says, "You missed a lot."
Prize fighter. Oh, wow.
I don't think Joel's prepared to let her have the benefit of the last word. And so he opens his shirt and you see a chain of bullet wounds from Afghanistan.
Oh, man. You guys are all showing scars and shit. That's amazing.
We've all had a busy life, sis.
Zara looks like surprised, I think. And she just says, "Huh." But her attitude kind of changes, and I think she's going to go along with your plan.
Long, lingering drift away from them, back to the action of Beth.
And Beth is just banging away. Oh, save Eric.
I think that's when... Let's see, we can remember your card, and I can go actually find the card if we need to find what the statistical benefit is. We'll work that out. Sorry, it's okay. It's okay. It's a janky Cluj of a thing, and it's so easy to do that. So
I have to mention, it was kind of weird. At some point, I drew cards and I flopped them out so everyone could see. You collected them all, and it showed on your screen. It didn't show on my screen. I still had a card out.
Really?
Then I got a little swirly thing, and I was like, "Oh, come on!" So I reloaded, and that card went away. It was just a graphic glitch.
Weird.
Yeah.
That
I mean, in a game like this, that would kind of freak me out if I didn't know that those glitches could happen. That's why I mentioned it.
No, I appreciate you mentioning it. Let me recall our survivor and shuffle. All right. Awesome. So, Beth, you're clanging, trying to make all the noise, draw the zombies in, and then do you hear the radio squelch? And it's Captain Tipton. Says, "Hey, I see you up on the roof. It looks like the way's clear. You guys can move along the rooftops, and if you can shimmy down, there's a dumpster to the east. On the other side, you could drop onto that dumpster and diddy mow. You guys need to get out of there, though. There's a whole other horde that's on its way. That horn, that really lets stuff off. We could hear it from here."
I think I run over and grab the walkie-talkie and I say, "It's Eric. We're going to get him. We're going to get the survivor. He'll come with us."
No can do. No can do. We'll send another team.
No, we have to. We have to. It has to be now. They'll get him.
I think Joel is going to get in Beth's face.
Yeah.
When you get in someone's face, draw savagery. On a hit, they have to choose mark stress and escalate the situation or concede.
Yeah. That's what I like. Do it.
And he literally peels her hand off the radio and hands it away to Zara. And he gets her to look at him. "Beth, he's gone." Shall I draw those cards?
Please do.
Savagery is 3. Miss. Shit. Edge. Opportunity.
Ooh, do you want to spin the stress?
Yes.
Okay, so on a triumph, you take +1 forward against them if they escalate or you suffer harm. So, Beth, it's up to you. You can concede or you can mark stress and escalate the situation when he gets in your face and tells you he's gone.
I kind of want to mark stress and concede. I think that. So.
That's fair.
I think the way this looks on screen is I think that I start screaming and you what? No! And I'm making too much noise. And I think you have to slap me to put me. Oh, yeah, you grab me by the mouth. And, I think I panic.
Ooh, nice. Nice.
That's perfect. Okay.
Zara, Opal's there. She's like, "You want me to just hit her in the back of the head and we'll carry her ass out of here?"
How under control does this look?
It ain't under control for shit.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, like, Zara's reading Joel's expression to try and get a sense of how in control Joel feels.
Oh, that's a fair question.
I think Joel is in transitory control, but at some point she is going to bite him.
Yeah, so Zara's like, yeah.
Okay.
I definitely want to see one of those prize fighter moves.
I'll do it.
Opal will hand you her handcuffs.
Neat.
I just double checked. I thought she had an equipment because she's a bounty hunter. She has handcuffs. So, I think you're going to turn to violence here.
Mm-hmm.
You turn to violence against the uninfected or draw savagery. Let me make sure I've recalled. I have, and let me make sure I've shuffled. So turning to violence is drawing with savagery. You're good at this.
All right, I got an opportunity. And I will mark stress. I was meant to clear my stress from the move before, but I couldn't work it out, so I'm just going to leave it there.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, did you mark that third stress for Beth, Stephen?
I have not.
Okay, cool. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Sweet. So on a triumph, you can choose 3 from the options. Do you have those options? I can pop them out here for you.
Is that in the basic moves? Oh, yeah.
Yep. Inflict terrible harm, suffer little harm, resist marking stress, avoid collateral damage.
Well, I don't want to inflict terrible harm, so I will do the other ones.
Okay, so you suffer little harm, resist marking stress, and avoid collateral damage. If you're okay with this, Stephen, I think she just comes up behind you, kind of clocks you in the back of the head, and they and she kind of handcuffs you, and then we see our veteran pick you up, and they're going to haul your ass out of here. Does that
No
sound
problem. Yeah,
all
that
right?
sounds perfect.
And Zara's like, this was a perfectly good plan. Like, we could have just done this. We did do this. This is what we did.
It's exactly what you did.
Shit happens, Zara.
It's harsh. Cool. So, I think the idea, like, you guys move across the rooftops, and just like Captain Tipton had pointed out for you, there is a dumpster, and you're able to drop. I'm kind of curious, like, I don't necessarily think it's a card draw, but I'm curious, how do you guys finagle a handcuffed woman who might be struggling and handing her off? Is it a thing where one of you goes down and you hand Beth down?
Did I mention the duct tape? By the by.
That sounds good. It turns out Leo has some.
Yeah, I think Zara and Joel and Opal, between them. I mean, Leo strikes me as a bit kind of lean for this, so he goes down, checks it out.
Mm-hmm.
Zara goes down with Opal. Joel lowers it down. Da, 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 da.
Cool. I just wanted the visual. I don't see that as a card draw. And if you guys take off right now, you can get out. Like, you've got Beth secured. You've got your antibiotics. You got some painkillers. Anything else you guys do, or do we cut out of here?
Sadly, Joel dropped the painkillers on the way out.
Ah! Oh, man. Could have been great. Awesome. So are we good to end there and take a break? Good. All right. So it's 1/2 past. Let's take a 5-minute break. Oh, it's now 31 past. So let's take a 5-minute break and meet you at 36 past. So see you guys in a little bit.
This is a load of fun, Rich.
I'm glad you like it. It's a load of great players making amazing decisions. I'm having a good time too. You know, it's funny. On Sundays I play the group I call the Intercontinental Group of Awesome. One player's in Norway, and others in Belgium, and we use Google spreadsheet character keepers. And back when Paul was with us and he played with the group, he actually created a converter for like feet to meters and Celsius to Fahrenheit for me, so that I would be less dumb. It was super useful. I now port it over to new character keepers when I play with those guys. But I didn't have it for this because we're on Roll20 and I didn't think of it. So there we go. Welcome back. We will pick up with it a little evening. It's one of those like establishing shot hospital. Dusk has come down and you guys are handing off the medicine. Who is handing the antibiotics to Dr. Zachary? Like, who's the person who actually makes the handoff? I'm curious.
I think it's Zara.
Yeah, she's overbearing. I could see her saying, give me the medicine. By the way, I took a picture of the overbearing card and I can send that your way in just a sec.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. I meant to do that and then I got distracted. So I'll do that in just a moment. Just a sec, and I can actually do that right now. Where I see it? Open containing folder. All right, there we go. All right, and I'll just share this as a picture link for you so you can at least reference it. Okay, Haley? There you go. All right. So, Zara, you hand off the antibiotics in the boxes. There's like a couple spatters of blood on one of the packages. And he takes it. All right. And then we see him open it up and he pulls one of the bottles and he takes a syringe and then he inserts it into the IV. And he says, we're good. We're good. Thank you all so much. I think he's out of the OR. Like he's been transitioned to one of the patient rooms that they've kept sterile and clean. And so your kid, Nathan, he is going to be safe for now. Captain Tipton is waiting outside after the handoff. I'm curious though, what do we see for Beth? I think once they got you in, they probably would have removed the duct tape and the handcuffs, right?
I think Joel would probably have handed her off to
the cops.
Alana.
Okay. Oh yeah, and Alana, I don't think she knows, right? Like it's like Alana's there and she sees the red rings around your wrists. And she probably knows that they carried you off, but she doesn't know exactly why. Beth, hey. Are you okay?
No, I'm not okay. They made me leave, and Eric is out there all by himself. I saw him, and he was in the truck. And he was hurt, and we made noise to get the zombies away, and then he took off, and they made me leave.
I don't think he took off, honey. I don't think he made it.
No, he had to. He was right there.
I mean, we were watching, and I didn't see anybody get out of the truck. I saw them go in.
We could have at least found him. This is all Joel's fault. We should have gone after him first. We should have gone after him and not gotten the pharmacy. We should have. We could have saved him.
Honey, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. And she pulls you in, kind of tries to wrap you in a hug. She's offering you a shoulder to cry on. What do you do?
I think I shove her away and I'm going to go find Joel.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's appropriate. Cool. So I think after you see your sister hand off the stuff, Joel, Leo wants to chat with you. You guys were in the operating room, so I think you want to talk to you in like one of the waiting rooms up on this level. It's a TV here, and it's dark. It's getting dark, so it's kind of dusk outside. There's that like orange color to the outside, and he says, "Hey, I just want you to know I tried to get that kid out, but there were too many of them."
Why did you go off on your own? Why did you do that? We didn't know where you'd gone. That's not how this works, Leo. It's not how this works.
So he opens up his jacket, and you see he's got in his satchel, and he opens up the satchel, and you see there's like a bunch of like bullets, and you see there's a couple of grenades. Because there's a surplus store.
I don't know what to say. Okay. Are you going to hand those over to Tipton?
No. Why would we do that? This is just for me and you to make sure that we're safe.
Oh, kid, oh, shit. We can't carry them about with you. What are you going to do with them?
We'll just hide them away and take what we need. We'll have a go bag. Whenever we need a diddy mao, right there, we grab it and we're out.
But look, Leo, we're not going anywhere. We spent a lot of time getting here.
We did. But we got to be ready in case things fall apart. You'll thank me later, okay, Joel?
I just need to think about this.
And that's when Beth comes storming in the waiting room. So you overhear Beth. You hear, "I just need to think about this," and he's kind of. You see Joel stepping back from Leo, and Leo quickly hides his satchel and puts his jacket, the side of his jacket over it again.
And I think that so Beth storms up. She's been crying and she's red-faced, and she just jumps in your face, and she's, it's all, you have to think about everything, and that's what gets people killed. And we should have grabbed him right away, and you know it. And just gets right up in your face, and maybe she starts, pummeling you a little bit too. Yeah.
Nice. Are you opening up to someone here in a weird way?
That's a great one. I hadn't thought about that.
All right.
I was thinking like violence and stuff like that. I was like, no, I'm not trying to do anything here, but let's see.
When you open up to someone about your feelings or past, draw with soul. While someone might say steal, they meant to say soul. So soul is what you'll draw with.
Yeah. Let's see what that does. So I will draw, and my soul is a 3.
Yep. Before you do that, let me make sure I've recalled. Yes, I have recalled. Make sure I've shuffled. You might actually only have to draw once this time.
Okay.
All right. Draw with soul.
Okay.
Edge. All right. Oh, Edge is the perfect result for this one. All right. So on a hit, you both clear a stress, not all stress, but you clear a stress, which is really helpful for you, Beth. And then you can choose one. You can look at any one of the face down identity cards, ask them any question they have to answer honestly. And then it's an NPC thing. So you can either look at a face down identity card. I don't think you have any now, Joel. So you can ask any question and they have to answer honestly.
My trauma is still hidden.
Oh, that's right. It's other traumas that have been revealed. So yeah, do you want to see a trauma or do you want to ask a question that he has to answer honestly?
I think I'm going to ask a question that you have to answer honestly. Have you left others behind before, and how did it make you feel?
Oh, and I think you've stopped pummeling him, and I think he turns and he looks out the window, turns away from you, looks out across this ravaged landscape, and he does what he should have done when he revealed the veteran card, which tell another survivor the worst situation you escaped from while in military service.
Yes.
I've had to leave a lot of people behind, Beth. Just before this all went to shit, I lost 3 people on an operation in Colombia. The year before that, I lost 2 people in Central Asia. And the year before that, I lost everybody in Africa. So yes, Beth, and he turns to look at her, I have lost people.
And
And you know what the kicker is? That when this shit did go down, I lost my son. So don't look at me as though I don't know what this is about.
If it was your son, wouldn't you have run out and gotten him first before we went into the pharmacy?
Yes, I did. And do you know what it did? It got my wife killed as well. That's why we did it the way I said.
And I think Beth just kind of, I just sit down and I just start weeping. And just cry and cry.
And Joel will put a hand on her shoulder.
Oh, yeah. And Joel, guess what? This was an edge. So you can look at one of her face down identity cards or ask her any question, and she has to answer honestly. Her past has not been revealed.
I want something from her past.
Oh, yeah. I don't think you do.
Well,
it's not that big of a deal.
Do it anyway. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
yeah.
I bet you it's cooler than you think. All right.
Can you flip that over for me, Rich?
You bet.
Because my right click doesn't seem to do it.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
What? Yeah. What?
Yeah.
That is crazy. You're a gangbanger. So how does this go? Like how does this reveal happen? I got to see it.
Okay. I think the way that this happens is I think I turn to you and I say, okay, this is I struggle with this one, but the only way I can see to make it fit is, I say, would you like to pray with me for those who have lost, those who have been lost?
And I think Joel will actually go along with that.
Oh, that's nice. Leo's disappeared.
It's obvious he's forgotten any prayer he was taught as a kid. And so she starts praying, and then there's then he stutteringly begins to just a couple of, a word later, just emulating her.
Okay.
And then he cries too.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's good.
I think we cut scene there. That's pretty great. Zara, you hand it off. People kind of disperse. There's a lot of stress that happened. Opal's hanging around. What are you doing, Zara?
I'm chilling with Opal. I think like I would never ask Opal like, "Hey, you nearly died when you dropped your gun. Are you okay?" But I'm just like, you know, being nice, like lighting her cigarette and stuff.
Cool. So let's say that this let's have this scene take place in the cafeteria. Maybe there's a couple of other people that are over there playing cards, and the two of you are near a window, so you can see the setting sun off in the distance. Say it's on like the second floor, so she light the cigarette. She's, hey, thanks. I went sideways real fast.
Yeah. I mean, doesn't it always?
Yeah. Joe wasn't half bad.
I know it's hard when you're pulling dead weight.
I should have.
Do you reckon we ought to talk to Tipton about it? I mean,
I don't want to go out there again with her.
I know she's meant to be in charge and all, but shit, it's our lives on the line, not hers.
Yep. So she can't look out. She can't go out in the field. Maybe she can figure something else she can do. Not everybody has to go out. But you're right. Her go out, it's too dangerous. I'm not going out with her again.
I'll say. Hey, you got the evening off if we can just hang out, you know?
Yeah.
I kind of miss being on the road with you sometimes. There's a lot of people here.
You remember when we were able to keep that 18-wheeler going? Man, that was fun as shit.
That was wild.
I noticed you got a little pissed when you saw me grabbing them condoms. Jealous? I'll give you a few of them if you need it.
Hey, I'm not gonna light your next cigarette if you keep talking like that. And I know you ain't got a lighter.
You know what I do got, though? And she reaches into the pocket of her jacket, and it's like super hot, right? So I imagine she sweats a lot, but she needs extra pockets. And she pulls out a little, she kind of hides it a little bit so the other people, those kids that were playing cards, can't see. But it's a little box. It's a set of painkillers that you saw Joel had that he must have dropped at some point. He says, let's go find a room and get fucked up.
And then the scene ends.
Yep. Cool. Guys, I scheduled this for 3 hours and we're right at the 3-hour mark. I think that might be where we bring things to a close unless people had anything that they were itching to get on the table. Awesome.
There is one thing I'd like to do is after the painkilling, he goes up to the roof and he goes into one of his inside pockets where he thought he'd stashed the painkillers. Because now would be a good time to reveal. Hang on, how do I do this? Flip that card. He's actually addicted to painkillers.
Oh no!
So session 2 of this was going to be quite fraught.
Oh man, that is awesome. While reveal, clear stress when you get your fix. You assess the bad situation, mark stress before drawing to make the move as if you drew a triumph. That's pretty cool. Nice.
Was the only thing I wanted on the table before we finish.
No, I'm really glad you did that. Thank you. Thank you. Anybody's open invitation. Anybody else have anything that they wanted to flip, reveal, or epilogue? Good. All right, awesome. So I'm going to stop sharing screens. And I'll say thank you. Thank all three of you for playing Zombie World with me. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And I would like to do a Stars and Wishes, if that's okay. I normally do Roses and Thorns, but we'll flip to the more gentle Stars and Wishes. Stars and Wishes. So in case I think all of you guys know, but for anyone that's watching, Stars and Wishes are an after game tool for feedback. Wishes are things you would like to have seen, missed opportunities, things you would like to earmark for future play. Like, hey, Rich, when you run Zombie World again, which I'm gonna be, think of X or Y. And then stars are where you give positive feedback to your fellow players or talk about particular scenes that you will remember or were highlights for you or ways that the rules intrigued and impressed you. Who would like to go first? We'll let you. Do we want to do a round of wishes and a round of stars, or do you guys want to just do all stars and wishes all in one go? Haley, what do you think? Which do you prefer?
Oh, let's do them in one go. Why not?
All right, Haley, you get to go first. One go.
Yay. Okay. It's always tough having a wish on like a one shot because it's always so fun to like have that compact experience. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I wish we had a session 2 because I know that's the cop-out answer.
That's a good one, though. I'm glad to hear that, right?
Awesome. Yeah, other than that, like I wish I knew how to use Roll20. That's basically it.
I wish I knew how to use Roll20. I know it's got a lot more in the engine than I use of it.
My star, definitely, Steven, you played a character that's not easy to play, and like it's so generous to play a character like that that's pulling against the like what everyone else is trying to do, but in a way that's interesting rather than destructive and creates complexity and drama. And so I really, really appreciate that, and I thought you did an awesome job. Very like compelling, interesting character that was a bit like added such a great dynamic to the whole game. So I got to massively star that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can I segue off that?
Absolutely.
Because I'd like to endorse that, because I think that without that, what was going on between Zara and Joel could not have been unpacked on a roof surrounded by zombies. That's what would have happened when we got back. So no, it created loads of opportunities for us to play off Steven. So and generosity is the right word. But also I'd like to thank Haley for leaning in to that brother sister thing, because that was a great deal of fun from my end anyway. So thank you for that.
It was really fun. Thank you.
That was brilliant. You two were just superstars with that, and it was great to even see it developing in chat. Like, I think we're twins. I was like, oh man, that's good. That's really, really good. So, yeah.
So that's actually really good to hear, because I was a little worried that I'm sorry guys, I'm having to I'm playing the cards dealt to me. I'm playing the crap character who's bringing everybody down and all of that. I'm glad to hear that it went across well. So that's fantastic.
Oh, I think that character created everything in the story. Mm-hmm. It complicated the mission. And then that friggin' alarm clock. I could feel it ticking down.
Yes, I want to dovetail off of that and say, Stephen, I really appreciate the character that you played, because like there was a whole lot of like tension between the brother and sister, and you swung the pole in a different emotional direction so the things would play together. If you just played like a macho gangbanger, I think it would have been too much samey and it would have been boring. So you made a really sharp, dramatic choice that helped to push plot forward. Because otherwise, this would have just been like an episode of like Sons of Anarchy or something where competent, growly badasses go kill lots of zombies. But this was good and fraught, and every time that the situation escalated, it felt cohesive and interesting. So yeah, thank you so much, Stephen. I really liked Beth. Haley, we kind of all horned in. Did you have any other stars you wanted to hand out, or are you good?
I have a 1-star thing that I'm gonna stick to. So
Okay, cool. Who'd like to go next?
Wishes. Well, it's kind of star and it's kind of wish, Rich. It's a star to you for carefully engineering at really tense moments the need to redraw.
Thank you. That's very generous. That's such a dumbass. I felt so bad.
And my wish is that, not only Stephen had benefited from that.
That is the best wish.
But I have no other wishes apart from, playing session 2. What are you doing this time next week, Rich?
I'm sleeping. 8 a.m. That was great. That was awesome.
That said, actually, I'd like to say, a star to Haley. It must be like 2 a.m. there for you. Yeah. 3. Thank you so much for staying up so late to play with us. It was fantastic.
Totally
wow.
worth it.
I thought it was a 12-hour difference. I didn't know it was that late for you. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
No, it's more like a 12-hour difference from me, I think. So good, thank you. Yeah. And Haley, because the time zones never align, it is so rare for me to get to play with you or anybody else in that part of the world. I did get up at 7 o'clock once to play a one shot that V was in, but that was I've not done that in a while, so I really appreciate you doing this. Thank you.
Oh, it's great to get to play with you.
I was just telling my partner Lisa last night that I hadn't seen as many people from Australia as I had in previous GauntletCon, so I'm really excited. And usually it's in the later hours. It's not at early in the morning for me, and like really early in the morning for you. So yeah.
Wow, you're a trooper, Haley. Thank you. That's a big
I was so curious to play this game, and I'm really glad that I got to play it because I really liked it. It's awesome.
Good. Yeah, this game, I've had so much fun with Zombie World that like the Airlock game that Magpie's making next, which is kind of using this basic engine, is not a game I would normally buy, but I'm going to buy it just because it's like Zombie World in space. Yes, sure. More of that, please.
I hadn't heard about Airlock. That's really interesting.
Yeah, it did it in their preview that happened around Gen Con. They talked about that being one of the games that's in development for them. I think it might be 2021. I don't know. They announced so many friggin' games that they're working on. It's crazy. Did I steal any stars that folks wanted to throw out, or are we good?
No, I think everything. Yeah, I mean, it was great playing with all of you. It was fantastic. And thanks to everyone for pushing me so hard. That was really good. I'm glad no one held back, so that was really good. Yeah.
That's very polite of you, Stephen. Thank you.
Well, no, but I mean, it's true. Yeah. There's times whenever I'm in the middle of a game and I'm like, it's okay. You can push really hard. This will be fun. So, yeah.
We've played Cartel together. I think we're on the same wavelength.
Yes.
My missed opportunity that I realized at the end of the game, I looked down. I didn't have the zombie of Ramonda show up. She was at the mall. She should have been right freaking there. Oh, but I got a lot of the flags out there. So, man, Ramonda. Oh.
Next season 2, episode 2.
Well, I've taken up the full 3 hours. Thank you all so much. Stars to all of you. You're brilliant players. You really brought this thing to life. I think Zombie World's a great engine, but it takes willing players who are okay with putting things at risk and doing things that aren't strategic and going crazy and being emotional. And you guys are awesome. This is one of my favorite sessions of Zombie World. So thank you all so much, and I'll end the broadcast here. 6 minutes later.